carrot and a cumin soup. Hi, welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. I'm Sonika and today I'm here to show you a very healthy recipe. So this recipe we'll be making today is a carrot and a cumin soup. Let's take a look at all the ingredients we need to make this. Carrots cut into cubes, chopped onions, chopped garlic, fresh cream, fresh thyme, paprika powder, sugar, roasted cumin seeds, chopped coriander, salt, oil. Now to start making this healthy soup, what we'll do first is we're going to heat a little bit of oil in a pan. Once the oil is moderately hot, we're going to add some cumin seeds to this. The cumin seeds we've roasted and kept, so you get a nice flavor. After the cumin seeds, we'll add in some of the chopped garlic and saute it for a bit. Now once our garlic has gone slightly brown, we can add in some chopped onions to this and mix it around again. So while our onions are sauteing and going a slight golden brown in color, I'm going to crush some of the cumin seeds in a mortar and pestle so we get a nice roasted cumin powder. We don't want our cumin powder to be ground very finely, so we've got a coarse cumin powder over here. Let's put this aside and have a look at the onions, which seem perfectly done. Now it's time to add in the star ingredient in our recipe, that is the chopped carrots. So we'll add in the carrots now and give it a mix. Now that we've got our carrots into the pan, let's add some sugar. What this does is that brings out a lot of the natural sweetness in the carrots. So we've got a nice well-balanced soup. We'll also add some salt for seasoning. Not too much, we'll add the rest once we're almost done with the recipe. Give this a mix. Next we can add in some of our fresh thyme. So I'm just going to get the leaves of the sprigs and use those. Next we'll add in a pinch of paprika powder. And we'll give this one good mix again. Okay, so now we're going to let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. You could cover it and cook it, or you could cook it just like that. What we want is for the carrots to go nice and soft. So carrots have been cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let's take a look and see if they've gone soft. They seem like they've gone kind of soft. What we'll do next is we're going to add very little bit of water to this. You could also use stock, but I'm just using water. Let's give this a mix. Our carrots seem kind of done. Now we can turn the flame off and I'm going to let this cool till it comes down to room temperature before we can puree this. So our carrot mixture is cooled. I'm going to transfer this into a bowl before we can blend it. Now let's blend this into a fine puree. Now I'll add a little bit of water before we can start pureeing this. Now like you can see, we've blended our carrots into a nice puree. What we'll do now is we're going to strain this out. Now let's pass this through a sieve. Now I'm making a clear soup, but you could also just blend this a bit finer, reheat it, add some cream and have the soup like that. We've got this beautiful, strained, flavorful carrot and cumin soup almost done here. What I'm going to do is we're going to reheat this. So let's pour it back into a pan. While making the soup, if you think that the consistency is too thick, you could always adjust it by adding some stock or some water. But I think the consistency of my soup is pretty perfect, so I'm not going to add anything to this. We're just going to let it come to a boil. I'm going to season it with some salt. Give it a mix. I'll also add a couple of spoons of fresh cream and then keep the heat on low and just let it simmer. Next, I'll add in a bunch of freshly chopped coriander. So our soup has come to a boil. Let's turn the flame off and get ready for plating. Now let's pour this carrot and cumin soup into a bowl. Now we can garnish this with some fresh cream, a little bit of fresh coriander and some of the coarsely ground cumin powder. So here it is, a wholesome, flavorful, hearty, vegetarian healthy soup, something that you should really try making at home.